Good evening. The Dolores County Broadcasting Network presents the DCTV 4-H Evening News Program for Monday, December 4th, 2017. Camera people, Daniel and Devin. Video engineer and producer, Edward. Sound engineer, Edward. Teleprompter and prompter is Myra. News anchor, Nick. Meteorologist, Hannah. And this is the news director, the coach of the New York Jets. But before we start, folks, you have to go online and go to the Texas A&M publication called The Eagle. And you will see a video of how they treated the new coach of the Texas A&M football team. He arrived in a Learjet with the Texas A&M logo on it. They had a maroon carpet waiting for him on the tarmac. The Aggie band was playing for him. I mean, you would have thought royalty had showed up. And this guy's only going to get $75 million over the next 10 years. Only. So, and since the Broncos have a worse record than the Jets, and the Jets are still terrible, now the news.
Good afternoon and welcome to the DCTV 4-H Evening News and Weather Program. Help keep our kids' news show on the air by becoming sponsored. By sponsorship, just call 970-677-4119. This following story is from the Journal and Cortez. Dove Creek falls 94-21 as Ignacio scores 39 points on the three-pointers. Kai Rubidex drained a three-pointer on the first shot of the season for the Bobcats, and about everyone else on the team followed suit as the Ignacio High School boys basketball team made of 13 three-pointers en route to a 94-21 drumming of Dove Creek's Friday night in Ignacio. Lawrence Valdez led the Bobcats with 19 points, followed by Ocean Hunter with 14. Robodex finished with 13, and Johnny Valdez added 12 points to his stat-stuffing night. Johnny Valdez also grabbed 8 rebounds and had 6 assets and 6 steals. Now for the girls' basketball. The Bobcats will be off until December 12th when they play at Dolores. The Ignacio High School's girl basketball team had a bit of a slow start, but the number 9 Bobcats quickly got on track and rolled past South Creek 65-19 in their season's opener Friday night in Ignacio. It was 0-0 through the first 3 minutes of the game. I think the girls were getting jitters out and they were anxious to play, but once they were able to calm down, we found our flow. Ignacio head coach Tracy Bale said the Bobcats' defense set up the offense and created numerous turnovers with their full court press to keep Dove Creek 0-1 from finding in rhythm or offensive end. On the offense, Seville said he was happy with the Bobcats' on-court intelligence and their ability to find and exploit mismatches. The following stories from the Denver Post. Canadian model tattooed her eyeball purple. She could lose her eye. A Canadian model who attempted to have her eyeball tattooed purple several months ago now says she's at risk of losing her eye entirely after months of excruciating pain and compromised vision. Kat Gallinger was already a fan of extreme volume modification when she said somebody offered to stain her eyeball by injecting ink into the white part of her eye. The procedure, called sclera staining, can result in a startling visual effect that has gained popularity recently among those who like altering their bodies in unconventional ways. So Gallinger agreed to choose purple, her favorite color, but on the day of the procedure, something went horribly wrong. Purple ink oozed out of her eye and trickled down her cheek. The next day, the eye was swollen shut and eventually became painfully infected. 3 weeks later, the internal swelling remained, and doctors told her she was at risk of going permanently blind in the affected eye, she said. Gallinger has continued posting regular updates on Facebook, vacillating between resignation and anger. Her objective, she has repeatedly said, is to warn people against making the same mistake she did. The one constant in all her updates has been her pain. The American Academy of Ophthalmology strongly recommends against sclera tattooing, noting risks such as blindness or worse. The medical organization documented a case this year in which a 24-year-old man had to have an eye removed after his sclera tattoo gone wrong. The story is from the Durango Herald. 13-year-old boy builds his own house. Most middle schoolers probably have other things on their minds besides building houses. But Luke Thiel, a 13-year-old from Dubuque, Iowa, is unlike any other middle schooler you've seen before. This talented and provocative boy has crafted his very own little house in his parents' backyard. The project cost him roughly $1,500, and now Luke is living his dream in his little cottage. As he explains on his YouTube channel, his desire to build a small house grew out of feeling bored during last summer. After some thoroughly researching, Luke had a pretty good idea on how he was going to put his plan into action. It took him about a year to get his money and materials he needed to build the house. Luke mowed lawn, started a fundraiser online, and ran errands for anyone who needed help in the neighborhood to make money. The 89 square foot house is 10 feet long and 4.5 feet wide, with electricity but no plumbing, so no water or bathroom. Yet, I like the minimalism, he told the Des Moines Register, and I wanted to have a house without a huge mortgage. Now here are dumb laws in Illinois cities. In Collinsville, it's illegal to wear sagging pants in Collinsville, Illinois. In Sirte, in Crete, no person may keep a smelly dog. Jostling others is illegal. No bicyclists may practice fancy riding on any city street. There's a $1,000 fine for beating rats with baseball bats. In Killingworth, a rooster must step back 300 feet from any residence if he wishes to crow. And now for the weather with Hannah.
The current temperature is 32 degrees. Oh. The high for today is 38 degrees. The low was 17 degrees. The wind has been between 1 and 3 miles per hour from the northeast. The gusts have been up to 30 miles per hour. The barometer is at 30.11 inches and is rising. The barometer. The humidity is at 32%. There has been no hundredths of an inch of moisture measured today by the DCTV weather station. Moisture for the month is 0 hundredths of an inch. Moisture for the year is 7.96 inches. Most of the west and Pacific Northwest is sunny. There is dome patches of snow from Montana southeast into Seattle Panhandle. Yep. Rain is coming down from Iowa and Illinois into Oklahoma and Arkansas. Oh, yes. More rain is falling from New York into Kentucky, Virginia, and North Carolina, and Florida. Yes. Tuesday, high. Tuesday, sunny. High 42, low 15. High 45, low 19. High. Thursday is high 43, low. Thursday is sunny. The low is 21. Friday is sunny as well, as the high is going to be 49 and the low is going to be 24. Saturday is mostly sunny with the high of 51 and the low of 25. Our climate change report. CO2, carbon dioxide, is one of the principal causes, of climate change, and it is important that we report the CO2 weekly change. CO2 traps heat in the atmosphere, which causes climate instability, resulting in insignificant swings worldwide of moisture and hot and cold temperatures. But it is important to note that the overall long-term climate trend is the planet is warming. The following are the CO2 numbers of per million for the week of December 3rd. This week, 406.34. This week is almost 2 points higher than the last week. We should be concerned. Last week, 406.14. 1 year ago, 404.57. 10 years ago, 382.86. 50 years ago, 321.96. Thank you, Dr. Peter Trans of the National Oceanographic and Atmosphere, and the Michael Atmospheric Administration, and the Michael McGee of the CO2.Earth website for this information. Remember, you can keep our kids' news show on air by buying a sponsorship. To buy a sponsorship, you can just call 970-677-4119. Thank you. Now back to our news director.
That's the end of today's DCTV 4-H news program. This is news director, the coach of the New York Jets, saying good night and thank you for watching.